Hey everybody, welcome back to Heart for Games. I'm Tony.
I'm Richie.
Flashback 2010. Young, youthful, hopeful Heart for Games reviewing Doshin the Giant for the N64 DD. Way back in the day. One of our first reviews, really. And now we're going to take a look at the remake, Doshin the Giant, for the GameCube. A lot of you guys have asked for this. Big thank you to Johnny Bravo for letting us borrow this.
We actually get to play it in English this time.
Yes, we actually hopefully will understand it a little bit more.
Does the big man appear? Has awaited for so long? He appears.
It is still a Japanese game, so the hows and the whys will still be a mystery, but the translation will make sense. This is actually the PAL version. It was released in Japan and Europe, but not in the US. Classic.
We always get the short end of the stick when it comes to giants.
In case you're wondering, the original Doshin was released in 1999. This one, 2002. And just like the DD version, we can't tell if it's a belly button or a dick.
It's coming right at us. It's coming right at us.
In essence, Doshin the Giant is a god simulator. And you are Doshin, and you can either be a good god or a bad god known as Jashin. Basically, you either build up the land by helping the people that live there, the villagers, or you squash it down. And you get hearts, which help you grow, or you get skulls, which help you grow. One way or the other, you essentially want to grow, get as big as you possibly can, because if you don't, you'll be as slow as you can possibly be.
It looks like the humans want some trees.
There's some fucking trees right over there, you lazy sons of bitches. Man, this truly highlights like the mundane requests otherworldly beings have to deal with.
You can dent the earth with the weight of his body.
You know, if that's the case, maybe Doshin, like, I don't mean to body shame, but maybe Doshin should waddle his little legs around the block a couple times.
I really don't know. Why does he have such long arms compared to his legs? I mean, I guess it goes with his long-ass torso, but...
Oh, he's got a kind of different look.
Yeah, he does. He's definitely more detailed than he was in the DD version.
Oh, damn.
For the most part, this game doesn't really have a story. It has like a setting and some minor lore, but it's mostly just what you make of it. It's your experience.
It's mostly just lore, like what you said. Doshin is related to the sun or is some sort of a sun god. He comes in, he builds up the world, and there's some narration about what's going on, but there's not like a deep story going on in terms of interaction with the environment.
It's the ultimate nihilist game.
Yes.
If you want to do good, you can do good. If you want to do evil, you can do evil. If you want to do nothing, you can do nothing. Because it's all just bringing you slightly closer to your own death.
That's right. That's true.
It isn't like black or white in that a lot of like the people that you sort of help to build this community with, they will often go out and do a lot of like the farming and, you know, chopping down trees and stuff like that. Instead, it's just entirely you moving dirt around so they can build buildings and occasionally moving a tree around.
Come on, give me your chocolate, girl. What more do you want?
I think they want the water. No! They changed their minds.
They want to go up.
Now they want down? What?
Like, I've just brought the same areas up and down like 10, 20 times.
I complain a lot about tendency in especially open world games to give you quests that really don't have any meaning behind them.
Yeah.
Drudgery.
But this takes it one step further because you're literally undoing your actions the moment they tell you to stop.
Oh, he became a little bigger.
Okay, so they're finally doing something here. I guess I need to leave.
Yeah, they might decide they want something else changed. It is the strangest take I've ever seen on this genre. And
Yes.
I'm happy they tried, but I don't think they succeeded.
Well, you see, Nintendo has not commissioned or created another one.
Over here it says 2002, copyright Param. In 2003, the company that owned Param, they entered liquidation. I guess spending more money to update this wasn't a good idea.
Wah, wah.
And I feel like one of the biggest things that makes it not work is the fact that there's like no opposition whatsoever. You don't have a budget like you would in SimCity that makes you sort of decide, hey, I help these people, I help these people. You can't help everyone.
Yeah. The only thing that we didn't experience today, but we have experienced in the DD version, is that there are some environmental things. Like a tornado can come in and try to destroy a village, and you can stop the tornado with your arms.
Yeah, I didn't
but it's
see
not,
any of that here.
But we just didn't get to it here. But it exists, and we've seen it in the DD version. It's not really opposition. It's just sort of an act of God sort of scenario.
Tony talking like a insurance person there.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so this here is the case for Doshin the Giant. It's, it's pretty typical Nintendo fare, colorful, bright, clean. But here's the real kicker here. This is one of the last vestiges of instruction manual technology. Back in the day, like they had these colorful, detailed instruction manuals that you could read on your way back home from the toy store. I think it's kind of good to relive those memories of your younger days reading instruction manuals while you really just wanted to be at home playing the game, but you got to do what you can when you're in the backseat of your mom's Ford Windstar. I mean, this is one of the last games probably that was released with a proper 30-page instruction manual complete with a note section.
Oh, that person on the far side still wants a tree.
Oh, hells yeah. If they wants a tree, they's getting a tree.
Oh,
it's a forest!
That frustration blob means that they think something is obstructing their construction and they want it out of the way.
Okay. So
you just need to pick that mountain up and move it to another country.
why don't I just keep it flat?
Or maybe there's a tree or something.
Okay,
that's
so I
in the
did
way.
something right.
Let's just try and...
Oh my god, he is slightly faster now, actually.
And now he's slightly faster still.
Oh.
But only slightly.
I did enjoy in the DD version how smooth Doshin was. A lot of models, on the N64, were very just
blocky.
polygon, whereas Doshin was always very smooth. I thought they always did a really good job of
Man,
that.
and now these guys are busy building their village and they didn't even want me. I did all that walking for nothing. So we got a little bit of a funky splash screen going on behind us. So what do you think about the way the game presents itself, John?
Well, based on this splash screen there, it looks like it's going to be a bright, vibrant, colorful happening, probably funky. I imagine a music-filled experience. Maybe they fixed that and it isn't a hollow void like the other one was. And
no, I mean the music is still definitely a hollow void. Please stop. I definitely give a thumbs down for the audio side of the presentation.
In a game where it's there's not much to do, the soundtrack could really...
And it's not like you have to do that much, just a little gentle,
some nudging.
Some smooth jazz would work just fine.
Yeah,
I mean that fueled an entire generation of SimCities.
The graphics have been improved, but I'm going to say perfume on a pig. It wasn't a good-looking game on the DD, and while they tried in some parts on this, it's not enough.
I mean, the draw distance is definitely better. You can you can almost see the whole map in this version of the game, whereas the DD was just like covered in fog for pretty much the whole experience. But it still doesn't look as good as any major GameCube games. Like Wind Waker looks way better than this. F-Zero GX looks way better.
I mean, just resolution aside, I think there's a lack of
stuff
in the game. I think there's a lot of void and emptiness, and I get that you have to build up the world, but at the same time, it's like...
But even the stuff that gets built up doesn't look that great. I would give a sideways thumb at best to the
Two
graphics.
sideways thumbs.
No, definitely one down for the audio, but...
Ooh. The textures...
Oh god, what is that?
What's that hanging out right
there? Oh, that's his thumb.
But if you do this... He's got a hung... he's got a hung thumb. You know what I mean.
And then the other thing is just that the controls don't really work that well.
No.
Like, if you want to turn around, most games, if you're pushing the stick forward and you push it back...
Yeah.
You turn around and start moving the other direction.
Yeah.
Here, you start backpedaling.
Yeah. I do like that the game is punctuated by these little moments of day and night.
It's
Sir Doshin.
These types of structureless game can very easily dissolve into just like feeling way too samey if there's not some sort of punctuation that makes you feel like you did a day's work. The longest
why would you
bottom
need to know
slide?
Why would you need to know the number of times you jumped? I mean, good God.
Look at the time raising and lowering.
That's why in the DD version, you know, it would go through all of this text, and be like, what is it saying? Like, what is it saying? What is so important that it has to tell us all this information? It's all bullshit.
I mean, but these are the things you'd probably be concerned with if you were actually invested in creating an island.
Some of them, like current land area, number of inhabitants.
What is a
hectare?
The giant of yesterday and the giant of today are not same. That actually is what it says, are not same. Each day, a new giant appears at the original size and is actually another generation of giant.
Well, it might be good enough.
Wow! Wow!
I'm glad that you expired. Maybe you should pay attention? So go to the Book of Giants now.
So there should be 2 giants. Height donation, human donation, nature donation, stroll donation.
So that's like how much you gave to the world is the donation, I think, right? Okay, now this made no sense in the DD version because it's like, it was just all of this, you know, Japanese lettering. And it was like, what are these, like, red, like, things going in either any direction? Like, what the hell is this? It made no sense whatsoever, but now this actually makes a little bit of sense.
It kind of makes sense.
Kind of.
It's not really well made, but...
No.
But you can, like, compare the different giants and their accomplishments. He does appear to be smaller.
Yeah, so I think you start over again height-wise at the end of every day. So it's almost like the game kind of ends at the end of every day, but the progress is saved.
It's sad, given that each day is like a half hour, that you lose your strength every single time the day ends.
That's a weird way to structure the game. One of the key things about playing the game is creating a unique experience every day with Doshin or Jashin, and then kind of like reflecting on that a little bit, which I think is almost as important as the gameplay itself, but the gameplay is just so devoid.
Sodoru Memo. The construction of monuments will only begin after a village has grown to a certain size. The giant should bring a flower to the monument, otherwise it will not become a regulation monument. It will be a non-regulation monument.
Is this a translation thing? Or like, what is this?
I don't know if it's a good translation or not, but it sounds like what a Japanese person might say.
I've almost got you your flower.
You're putting the flower up on a pedestal, guys.
Don't worry. You can tell what is inside.
Oh my god, look at that flower.
That's probably how the pyramids were built.
This is the greatest moment of my life. This is the greatest moment of my video game career.
I accidentally stepped on some little fuck.
But look at that monument, though.
Oh, we have a Stargate now. That's cool. Oh, shit. Oh, no!
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 What did you do?
I accidentally stepped on a thingy. Because they're sliding around everywhere. Oh, no!
John, you've lost it. You may as well go on a rampage.
World tour. Oh dear, he is disliked. Oh my god, you're gonna grow big again. Look at all these skulls.
Dun 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 dun, you think you're running away, but I am stopping you.
Let's summarize our thoughts on this game as we continue to play it.
Okay.
So for me, it's kind of strange because on the DD version, I kind of had this sense of excitement because it was the first DD game I played, which was, you know, like, oh wow, finally I get to play the N64 disk drive. But also, it really utilized the read-write capabilities of the disk to build up the land mass and save it. You could drastically alter the world that you were in, and unlike on a cartridge, it could just write to the disk, right? So with the GameCube version, I mean, that really isn't an issue anymore because it's not on cartridge. You have memory cards, this and that. It requires
an
less.
Enormous amount of your memory card.
Yeah, it does require an enormous amount of my memory card, 40 blocks. But
remember blocks?
Yeah, exactly. But the novelty is gone.
Right.
Right. So what we're left with is a game that's been upgraded for the GameCube, but doesn't push the system in a meaningful way like it did on the 64 disk drive. So what we're left to review here is just the game.
I feel like the audience is definitely younger. It's kind of got the gameplay of My First Sim game. Why is there a heart? Where is the one guy who loves this shit? We're just on a flat earth here.
I love how unceremonious that is. Just game over.
No warning or anything.
No.
Like, hey, maybe don't walk off the edge of the planet, buddy. And now, Doshin must wake up to the realization of what he has done.
He's like, yeah.
He's so
Oh
bad.
my god.
I think we need to zoom out a little bit.
I think you need to zoom out to the maximum.
This is the maximum.
Is it? So that's normally how big you are. It's just those feet.
Let's get this. Let's
This
get
is
this
amazing.
Doshin smash. There's no budget or anything. There's no villain. There's nothing that's really forcing you to get the most out of yourself other than maybe like comparing your giants in the giant book.
Yeah.
Measuring your giant.
Measuring your giant. That's right. I'm torn because I really like the fact that this game was re-released.
Right.
They realized, hey, nobody played this thing. Let's bring it out for the GameCube, only in Japan and Europe. But that way people can actually experience it and experience a translated version, which I really, really appreciated. Without that novelty of being on the DD, in terms of the tech, I probably would give it like a 5 out of 10.
I think I'm in like the 4 out of 10 realm. It's a game that could have been something, but Nintendo very rarely has a series come out that just fucking sputters and disappears off the face of the planet. But Doshin is that series for Nintendo. And I mean, I don't think anybody at Nintendo is heartbroken.
No.
But it was not a great choice for him.
And to be clear, it was co-developed by Nintendo. So,
but I mean, Smash Brothers was co-developed with HAL too, and I think we're all giving the credit to Nintendo. Sorry, HAL. We just lost John again, so I think that's probably the point we should stop the review. Any more casualties to the Hard for Game cast would be bad for business.
That's true, that's true. But we do appreciate all of you watching. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you liked what you saw today. Hit that notification button so you know when our videos are coming out. And we'll see you guys next time.
And leave a nice comment. Anything bad you say will be revenged by Joshin.
Fire! Fireball! Lightning! Hop!
Fuck with us.
Thank you again for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like and a share, and we will see you guys next time.